variant. He is actually playing a 40 plus card variant, which is he's not going to have any grass is greener to look forward to. Alright, so the duel has started. With Leong Shupan going first, activating the Pot of Prosperity.
I think he's thinking a bit hard, so I believe he's going straight for a 6.
I guess you might be right. For a lot of the Tri-Brigade stuff, or the extra deck stuff that you want to banish, maybe you'll banish off the stuff that are destruction based, maybe because Eldlich, they also profit off their cards being destroyed. I mean, even if you destroy them, you don't banish them, they can just simply banish themselves during the end phase and bring out another spell trap onto your field. I can see him selecting, Shupan selecting Access Code Docker, Salaman Great Owl Mirage, and so on and so forth. Banishes 6 in order to try and excavate 6 cards, and Whitehead does not have an answer for it.
Oh, we see a main deck Forbidden Chalice.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Chalice Effect Veiler is not going to be useful against Whitehead in his Eldlich deck.
Yeah, Rescue Cat though, that might be a game changer.
Yes, I agree. The Rescue Cat is the one that can, bring off a lot more advantage than what you can actually hope for. So it was right for Shupan to go for 6 card excavation, because
his first 3 cards.
There's a fractal, so
it's not too bad actually.
Yeah, but now there's a Rescue Cat. Maybe the Rescue Cat is a bait for an Ash Blossom that's going to come up. I'm not too sure, because if it were you and you have seen Shupan activating Pot of Prosperity, would you Ash Blossom that, or would you wait for him to make a play, then you will Ash Blossom that card instead?
It's hard to say actually, because there might be a chance that he's running Cyphering Gamma in the main deck, and it's a very big risk to Ash Blossom against an empty field. So most players actually actively avoid making such a risky move.
Understand. It's understandable as well. So he normal summons the Rescue Cat and go for activating his effect to bring forth Kit. And I guess Nerval? Or Kerast.
These two are the only Beast Warriors. They are within the range of Rescue Cat.
Yep, so it's level 2, right?
I'm sorry, they are not Beast Warrior, they are Beast.
Yep. Level 3 or lower beast type monsters. So yeah, your Keras and your Kit will fit the bill. Then Kit mills Nerval, and Nerval activates its effect to go and search for Fractal. So Farragut's effect is going to special summon the Fractal from the hand, and Fractal will banish 4 cards.
Oh.
Is it 4 cards for a Shurak?
Yes.
He goes straight for a Shurak and he link summons into a Bear Bloom.
So Shurak's effect will activate and he can now
search. You can add 1 Beast Warrior or Winged Beast monster from the deck to the hand. Did he search for DD Crow? It could be DD Crow. He did! He is using Shurak's effect to search for DD Crow, trying to effectively prevent Whitehead from reviving his Golden Lord if he has one in the grave later. So now it's Farragut and Bear Bloom will go for Link 4, Link Summon I guess, into Apollo Usa. Also aimed to negate Eldlich's effect to send a spell and itself from the hand to the graveyard to send 1 card on the field to the grave. So Bear Bloom's effect and Farragut's effect will activate, and it appears that Shupan has enough hand to go through with both effects. Okay, so Shupan is searching the Tri-Brigade Revolt of Bear Bloom's effect.
And he chooses to put
the Forbidden Chalice to the bottom of the deck.
Seems to be a
better choice actually. Because against a Eldlich deck, stuff like Effect Veiler as well as Forbidden Chalice, not very useful against it. Will he be setting down the Revolt? Yeah, actually the Revolt is a very good, if you think about it, the Revolt is able to bring back any Beast Warrior having Beast, right? Including things that are not Tri-Brigade. So one thing I thought here is if he ever activates the DD Crow and somehow the opponent has a Corp at the Grave, he could effectively Revolt and bring back the DD Crow and preventing the DD Crow from being banished. I mean, it's just a theory for thought. So Whitehead activates his Pot of Extravagance and is going to randomly banish 6 cards from the extra deck to draw 2 cards from his main deck. He proceeds to look at what are cards being banished first before he draws 2. And, I think he has a Eldlich in the hand currently. Eldlich the Golden Lord in the hand. There's also a Solemn Strike in the hand as well. Whitehead has to think very carefully because he knows that Shupan has a DD Crow in the hand. So at any point of time that he is going to activate to send Eldlich itself to the graveyard to try to get rid of Apollousa, which Apollousa would definitely negate, you know, Eldlich is going to face the wrath of the DD Crow.
Seems like Eldlich does not have much of a escape in this match. So
correct, especially, you know, Eldlich would be better if they are going first. When they are going second, they have a hard time against these tempo decks or combo decks that have already established their board. So Whitehead activates the Cursed Outland.
I guess he might be hoping to bait the Shurat right now.
Yep. Would Revolt be activated? And Revolt is activated. To note, Bear Bloom and Feligate are normally exit summon properly, I think.
Link summon.
Link summon properly, I think. So he could bring them back if he wants to.
Only the Shurat is not
summoned by the effect. Because he did use Shurak and as well as I think it was Fogthrow, right? Fogthrow to go with for Bear Bloom. Could Shupan have forgotten that maybe his Bear Bloom was brought back before? Actually,
I think he's deciding on which effect he actually wants more. Alright, he's giving out on Kit.
Yeah, he's bringing out 4 monsters actually, but is he able to do another Link 4 summon of all 4 monsters? He has to have another Shurak, I guess. So he uses all 4 monsters to Link summon into Shurak.
Right now, everything is going to form a chain.
Yes, he has 4 effects, I guess, to form a chain. Chain 1 Shurak, Chain 2 Bloom, Chain 3 Nerval, Chain 4 Feligate. I think the other one was Keras, right?
Yeah.
There's no effect for Keras.
Tri-Brigade draws off Infinite Impermanence and is going straight back to the bottom of the deck.
Yep, not very useful at this time. So Nerval's effect will search. Actually, I thought I would put Nerval as the last to be resolved, as the first to be resolved. So I can search off something, and then I mean, if the other cards I drew by Delegate is not enticing to me, I will then put the other card to the grave, back to the bottom of the deck. But maybe Super has another game plan.
And no, I think alternatively, if you drew something,
if you drew another Tri-Brigade, you can search off another monster. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense too.
Choose to search for something else.
True. And Bear Bloom searches for another Revolt, which will be then again be there to pressure Whitehead again in the next turn. So Shurak should be actually banishing off Ellen, curse Ellen. And we can see that Whitehead is going to activate Black Awakening.
I doubt that the second Revolt might have any much pressure. He's pretty much depleted his extra deck, especially activating Prosperity to banish 6.
You are right.
And
you are right.
having using up his second Shurak in this move.
Correct. You are right. Maybe you could go for a simple link too. I think he still has he still has Rugal left, but Rugal won't be enough to stop an Eldlich deck because it doesn't have any disruptive move. It has to be paired with a Shurak in the first place. So Whitehead is activating the Black Awakening. He is going to special summon a Eldlich, the Golden Lord, from the deck. And if he already controls an Eldlich, he can actually special summon a zombie type monster. So Whitehead goes on to special summon Eldlich, the Golden Lord, in defense position. So Jason, one of these guys here playing now for top 4 will receive the IP Masquerena playmat. One person here, right?
The other guy still has a chance if he
wins the next fourth
oh.
placing. That's true, that's true. Okay, one of them that wins this game immediately will definitely get a playmat.
Yes, he'll be ensured a playmat.
Yeah, and they are one step closer to getting a digital prize from Anako-san. So Whitehead sets 3 cards, and it's ended his turn, right? So it's Shupan's turn. It seems that Shupan has only 4 extra deck cards left. He normal summons Kit.
Hit debates his effect.
To banish, I guess, 2 or maybe 3.
I believe it has to be 3. Most Tri-Brigades actually place only 1 each of the Link 2 monsters.
Correct. If he already banished them all because of the Pot of Prosperity, then he has to banish 3. I think effectively this on this field, it would be good to bring out the Senka.
Oh.
He banishes 3 cards. Is there a golden land forever behind? Oh no, there's a skill drain. Jason, here it is. Skill drain wins games. Right, paying 1,000 life points, Whitehead has managed to negate every single monster effect in Shupan's field. And Apollosa attack is back to 0.
I think Shupan might not have an out against this.
Yes, I don't see there's an out against Skill Drain at this point in time. He decides to declare attack with Shurak, but is met with the activation of the Conquistador. The Golden Land Conquistador. So Conquistador will then destroy Shurak. And Shurak can then use this effect because of how many of his banished stuff that he has. He can use it to search for a Beast Warrior or Wing Beast monster from his deck and add it to the hand. So, I mean, Xu Pan is thinking, and he doesn't have much thing to search anymore because of skill drain there. He might as well just search for DD Crow and add it to his hand. Because DD Crow would be the one that is going to stop Eldlich from coming back. Though I think Xu Pan doesn't have much any more ways to bring out bigger monsters, so that he can go over the Golden Lord. Because Golden Lord's defense is at 2,800. He needs to bring out big monsters to go through Golden Lord. Because as long as Golden Lord continues to stay there, all of Whitehead's trap cards will all have the life disruption effect. Like Conquistador can destroy stuff. You have Haquero to banish stuff. So he activates DD Crow to banish the Black Awakening from the grave, so that Whitehead is unable to banish it to set a Golden Land spell or trap from the deck in the next turn. He then set down one card and ends his turn. He has another 2 more DD Crows, right? In hand. Did you take a look at that?
Well, I believe there's at least one more since he has searched for it earlier.
Yes. So it's Whitehead's turn.
What a surprising turn of events. Xu Pan has the advantage right at the start, but the whole game turned around with 1 skill drain.
1 skill drain negated every single monster effect that Xu Pan had. And because, as you said before, Xu Pan activated the Pot of Prosperity, banishing so many resources just to get the rescue kit previously, which, I mean, it was the right move for him. But then now he suffers because he's probably unable to call upon any more big monsters to get rid of Eldlich. Then with Eldlich there, all the traps will remain disruptive for Xu Pan.
I think Whitehead has his own Pot of Prosperity in his hand. But I think he might not want to activate this turn, but instead push for damage.
And that's true, because Pot of Prosperity actually cuts down the damage by half. So he activates the Eldlich, the Golden Lord's effect from the hand, sending another spell trap from his hand to the graveyard. It's just, what is he going to target? He targets the set face down card on Xu Pan's right, most right spell trap zone. Does he want to change? Will it be caught by the grave? I'm not sure. Because we know that he has 1 revolt. It's the Forbidden Chalice.
Well, I guess he could chain to it to give something 400 attack.
Giving Kit, I guess. Yes. I mean, the Apollo side is already at 0. So giving Kit will boost the attack by that bit more.
Now Eldlich tries to revive from the graveyard.
Yeah, by sending Conquistador to the grave. And Conquistador, because it was activated at the previous turn, so in this turn, when you send to the grave, you can set a Elixir from the deck to the field. So will Xu Pan respond with DD Crow? That's the question. He has 2 DD Crows in the hand. He could effectively use both of them this turn. But I don't think it will really make a difference for Xu Pan, because he has no more resources to go head to head with the Eldlich. Oh, he activates Ghost Bell in response to Eldlich's effect, and Whitehead activates Solemn Strike, paying 1,000 life points and bring back Eldlich into his hand and possibly summoning it out as well.
I think it was to be expected that since Whitehead knows that Xu Pan has a DD Crow, he has something prepared to protect his Eldlich.
Yeah, and since he protected against a Ghost Spell, he knows that the DD Crow is still in the hand, and he will, of course, maybe he will just banish off the Conquistador, but it doesn't really matter now because he has 2 big monsters on his field. So, one thing to note is that even with skill drain on the field, one of the Eldlich of the Golden Land will still have the attack and defense increase boost, because that effect is actually effectively a grave effect per se.
Alright, the bigger Eldlich goes straight for Apollosa.
Up 3,500 damage, and the smaller Eldlich will go for Kit. This is looking really bad for Shupan. I think Shupan has to go for game 2 now. He needs to side in all of those Cosmic Cyclones, evenly matched, as well as even Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storm on this, just to get an edge over Whitehead. An interesting card that we haven't seen it being played today is actually King of the Sky Prison, which we know that most Eldlich deck will have it either meaning main deck or even in the side deck, that they'll set it in so that they can quickly review, because they know that the opponent will side in those like Lightning Storm and Cosmic Cyclone against them, right? The Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster against them. So King of the Sky Prison will help protect their face down spell traps.
So that might be something to look out for when they start side decking later.
Yeah.
But for now in this game, Shupan's activates the effects of Kit and sends Nerval from deck to graveyard.
And uses Nerval to search for one Tri-Brigade.
So I believe he doesn't have much of a choice.
Correct. Though maybe he should consider going for game 2 right away. I think the reason why he's dragging it out is because he wants to see if Whitehead has any more information to offer. He wants to see if Whitehead will actually voluntarily review any more of his cards. Like, he knows there's skill drain. He now knows there's Solemn Strike main deck as well. I mean, okay, most control decks will main deck Solemn Strike, but he wants to see what else is there. He wants to drag out every single piece of information from Whitehead. I guess Shupan still has a revolt there, face down. And Whitehead activates the Pot of Prosperity, banishing 6, I guess.
Yes, yes.
And he's able to excavate 6. So I think Whitehead made a very good move. He deals the damage first, and then he activates Pot of Prosperity to excavate. And since the damage has already been done, there's no need to fear that the damage will be halved. So Whitehead excavates and searches for the Golden Land Conquistador and add it to the hand. And in the end phase, the Conquistador in the grave will actually banish to set Elixir, and he has a Sanguine, the Scarlet Sanguine. I think in this turn he did not use the Scarlet Sanguine, he actually used it to send to the grave by Eldlich effect, so he can banish to set maybe a Haquero from the deck also as well, a Golden Land, or a Golden Land Forever, because a Golden Land Forever is the counter trap. I mean, he has an Eldlich there that is smaller, he could tribute it off with Golden Land Forever to protect his skill drain, which is the one that's giving him the victory right now.
And that is the play that Whitehead will be making.
Yeah, it's Golden. Oh, and the cards flew across Tabby. He's maybe too excited. You know, the skill drain is giving the victory. Alright, so he searches and sets the Golden Land Forever from his deck. Right, this will then seal off at least one card away from Shupan in the next turn. And because his Scarlet Sanguine is not used in the end phase, it's still the main phase. So he is setting down the other copy of the Conquistador, and he'll be using, Shupan will be using Lily Crow to banish the remaining Conquistador in the grave, so that Whitehead won't be able to use it to set an Elixir from the deck, which should be another Scarlet Sanguine. Will Shupan have anything against Whitehead in the next turn? because he's left with 3,100 life points. In the next turn, effectively, even if he sets his, he searches for Foxcrow, right? So even if he sets Foxcrow, I mean, it could be easily beaten down by one of the Eldlich, and the other Eldlich will do another 2005. That is, if he gotten rid of one of the Eldlich, then he can bring it back also as well. Right, he activates Revolt. Revolt, Faligate. Kit. And Bear Bloom. Does he have another link for?
Oh, he might be running 3.
3 Shurike. But then the Shurike will also have its effect negated by Skill Drain.
Oh. I think he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Not have a...
Because the Shurike, right, that was revived is the one that is properly link summoned by the previous Revolt. So he brings out the Shurike, and at the end of this turn, okay, Whitehead's Eldlich, all of their attack will return back to normal of 2,500 points.
That is not a problem though, as we've seen that he has
Conquistador.
gotten, yes, Pot of Prosperity earlier on.
Yeah.
And there's still a golden land to protect his board.
Correct.
So
Golden
Whitehead
land.
is still in a very good position.
Correct. And I guess no matter what Supan searches, that might not be a out for him. And as we proceed this late into the game, for this game 1, right? Even if he draws a Spell Trap Destruction at the moment, he does not have enough resources to turn over two Eldlich, the Golden Lord, as well as Whitehead's remaining 5,500 life points. Not to mention the Spell Trap Destruction will probably be negated by Golden Land forever. Okay, and then Shurike's effect. Long Shupan's number of cards seems a little bit much. I think he's playing a 60 card deck.
Yeah, that might be how he fits 3 DD Crow into the deck.
Yeah.
With plenty of other tech cards such as Forbidden Chalice and even Ghost Bell.
So he has 37 monsters, 17 spell traps, and 6. Yeah, he is playing a 60 card deck.
Alright, Supan draws and unfortunately drew back the DD Crow that he
Correct.
sent back earlier on.
Correct.
He starts off by normal summoning Franktor.
So Fractal is going to banish 1 Kit, 1 Nerval, and 1 DD Crow. He still has a Link 3 monster. I think his extra deck is only left with like 3 cards or 2 cards. And even though he banishes, right, it's already negated by Skill Drain. Why was Foxtrot being sent to the graveyard? Oh, you can send from your hand or field to the graveyard to send a level 3 or lower beast or beast warrior and wing beast from your deck to the graveyard as well. He's still filling his graveyard with lots of stuff. So he knows Foxtrot's effect will be negated, but clearly the sending to the graveyard is not a quick effect. Okay, he special summons the Alpha, King of the Beasts, from the hand. And Alpha goes to attack the Eldlich, the Golden Lord, and is met with a Conquistador, the Golden Land, as a counter. So Shurak hasn't declared attack yet. Probably attack on Eldlich or Golden Lord. Eldlich or Golden Conquistador, the Golden Land. He attacks the lowered powered Eldlich, dealing 500. Shurak's attack is 3,000, yeah, 500 damage. And Shupan then sets down one card and ends his turn. So it's Whitehead's turn. At this point in time, the old Golden Eldlich, the Golden Lord in his field, is already back in 2005, not wrong.
So Shupan has somehow managed to
still stay alive. But yeah.
Whitehead tries to revive his, tries to activate the effect of his Golden Lord in the graveyard.
Yep, and then it's met with a Golden Land forever, returning.
Shupan chains with a DD Crow.
Yep.
And Whitehead
Golden
chains with a Golden Land, yeah. So now that this Eldlich has used its effect to bring itself back, so yes, the 1,000 attack gain
is there again,
yeah.
And you'll be effectively beating across Shurak and dealing 500 damage to Shupan. We hope that this does not go into a one game time call, because it seems to be the case at this moment. I guess Shupan, looking at Shupan's deck, he could have a lot of stuff that is actually there already. Because a 60 card deck, there might be stuff that he has to go across with the Eldlich.
I think with so many cards banished, he was able to search for Alpha directly from his
Correct,
deck.
and Alpha will special summon itself and thus providing another body for his life points. I think even though Whitehead is at the edge of winning, he is also being mentally drained by Shupan, because I mean Shupan is just such a hard-headed fighter. He does not want to concede. He just is gonna keep on going and just searching for every card in his hand until maybe he is able to draw upon his answers. You see, if it was maybe any other player, maybe they would have scooped upon seeing the skill drain on the field.
Whitehead sets some monsters on the field and then moves on to his end phase.
Yep.
He activates the effect of Conquistador.
Conquistador and sets down a Elixir from his deck. He should be setting down the Scarlet Sanguine. Now we can see that Whitehead also has summon limit in his main deck as well. He sets down the Scarlet Sanguine, which is actually also an escape against DD Crow. Because if any point of time your Golden Lord wants to use the effect to revive itself, right, and it's met with a DD Crow, we can just Scarlet Sanguine, revive it back from the grave. Doesn't matter anymore.
Alright, it's back to Shupan's turn and he draws a Rescue Cat.
It will work. Rescue Cat will work, even though skill drain is there, because it's a cost to send it to the graveyard. But just that, does Shupan have any more firepower left in his extra deck that can fight with the Eldlich of the Golden Lord? So Shupan is going to special summon the Alpha King of the Beast in attack position. Though, did he set? Yeah, okay, I think so. Does he have really any more monsters to link summon?
No idea. Supan is continuously amazing us with his unorthodox deck building.
Yeah, his extra deck is, it looks unlimited. Alright, he brings forth Rugal, Tri-Brigade Rugal, and he's activating Nerval's effect as well as Feligate's effect. I guess Shrek's effect as well?
Yes.
So he's proceeding with Feligate's effect, drawing a card and setting the card back to the bottom of the deck, one of the cards. Is he going to send a Ghost Spell, or will Ghost Spell be a good counter against Scarlet Sanguine? This is Shupan's last revolt. After this, he technically does not have any more big summons to do. I mean, I think I can know what Shupan is trying to do. He's trying to also dig through his deck by searching, right? And he's trying to bring all, like example, the Alpha King of the Beast into the hand, bring out all the high-powered monsters and one-shot summoning them to go against Whitehead for life points difference. Just that, is he able to prevent all the Eldlich from coming onto the field to protect Whitehead's life points? That's the thing that he needs to consider also. I really feel that this could be a one-game time call match.
Yes, this is going to be a very, very close game.
Yes, it's probably going to be a one-game time call. And Shupan is actually not in the lead because he's a difference of 2,400 damage.
But I think if he managed to overcome this Eldlich, he will be in a good position to go for the game, since he has a Ghost Spell to stop it for next turn.
Yep. But the Ghost Spell will be stopping either the Eldlich of the Golden Lord or the set Scarlet Sanguine. But I think the Scarlet Sanguine was set in the last turn. Probably in this turn, Whitehead will just use it to call another Golden Lord. If it's being met with a Ghost Spell, in the next turn, Whitehead can just banish it to set another Conquistador from the deck to the field. I mean, we have seen two Conquistadors. I have not seen the third. So that effectively there is still a third copy. Okay, so he sets down the kit, I guess, back to the deck, bottom of the deck.
No, he's still making his decision. I think Rescue Cat is another thing that he's thinking of putting back.
Yeah. Shupan is still deciding between...
Oh! See the judge hand coming in.
Yes, I think that is the extra time. So it is Shupan's turn. So Shupan is turn 0, Whitehead is turn 1, and then it will be Shupan against and turn 2, and then Whitehead back turn 3. So if Shupan has this battle phase and another battle phase to go. yeah, this has really turned out to be a one-game match.
I mean, Subc has been continuously surprising us with new tricks of his deck. So
yeah, he is really relentless. He does not want to give up, and he probably feels that he has the answer in his deck. He needs to dig through all the cards using Felicity many times. Many times drawing cards, see whether he can draw the answer towards Whitehead's skill drain or not.
We might have counted him up too early a couple turns ago.
Yeah.
And he managed to actually crawl his way back into this game.
Correct. He is still having monsters with big bodies, big attack power, right, to go against Whitehead. But it's just to see how far can he continue to go. Would this effort prevail and let him win the game? I would keep the Ghost Spell. I think the Ghost Spell is important.
But have we seen something else that we have not seen? And he goes straight for it, putting the Ghost Spell back into the deck.
And his Nerval or Shrike should be searching. Any Shrike is searching now. I think he have enough banish cards, right? To search for another Beast King Alpha. Yes, so many alphas.
What an insane deck with 3 DD Crow and 3
alphas. I mean, he's playing a 60-card deck. He probably would be thinking that he would, banish lots of stuff in the end. Shurai is gonna die no matter what happens, and he's going to try to benefit off Shurai's searching. Whatever he can search, he's just going to go for it. The good thing about Beast King Alpha is actually it doesn't look at the number of monsters, it looks at the attack power of your opponent's monsters. So I think Rugal and that's Rugal, right? Rugal and Rescue Cat. Is he going to go for another Link 4? Does he have another Link 4? Or is that a play miss? Nope, he goes for a Link Summon. We're just not sure Link what. He goes to Access Code Talker. Oh! Access Code Talker is a cost.
So that's one of the outs to skill drain.
Yeah, to banish itself, to destroy skill drain. Is he going to banish Access Code Talker?
And he's going for
and
it.
Going for Skill Drain. So Skill Drain finally gets popped. Finally. Is there any more answers that Subc can give us? I mean, we know that he has another Beast King Alpha, and he can summon that Beast King Alpha also as well. Let me take a look. Are we able to have 2 Beast King Alphas? Right, Alpha the Master of Beast. Right, but even if you return these cards to the hand, right, Alpha the Master of Beast cannot attack directly. Yeah, but they didn't say that you cannot have more than one Alpha Master Beast.
So only its initial effect is limited to once per turn.
Correct. And then after activating it, he cannot direct attack the opponent. So would this help? Even after he bounced the Golden Lord, sure, the 3,500 attack monster is being removed. Okay, now Subc has another monster. Karas. Is Karas going to banish 2? What's the last remaining extra deck monster? I guess we haven't seen it yet.
I believe it could be
Could it be Senka? The Ancient Warrior. I believe it's the Ancient Warrior.
I believe we have not seen that card yet too either. But
Yeah.
Subc's deck has been very unorthodox and there's
Yeah.
pretty much no way to tell what he has in his extra deck.
Yeah. Would it be a Ancient Warrior, both double Dragon Lords? He banished 3. Link 3.
Oh.
Desperate Doom Eagle. Alright, the Desperate Doom Eagle is able to shuffle one of Whitehead's card in the graveyard back to the deck. So he shuffles the Golden Lord back to the deck. And I think Shupan doesn't have any more cards in his hand.
Yeah, that's all. So whatever he says on his board is all he has. And Shupan has totally depleted his extra deck.
Yes, and Whitehead has no cards in his hand. He doesn't have any more resources except for the Eldlich the Golden Lord that's there, 3,500. Oh, let me take a look. I think the Doom Eagle has another effect. The Desperate Doom Eagle is if your opponent has no monsters in the graveyard, it gains 2,400 attack. So it's a 4,800 attack monster right now.
That allows him to attack over Eldlich.
Correct. So that is 1,300 damage. Okay. Keras might attack the face down monster, but the face down monster should be a hand trap or inspect border. I think it's an inspect border, which will be 1,200.
No, he's not going to take the risk.
He's going to go with Alpha. Alpha is going to attack the face down monster, which is a... I can't see it's going to be inspect border because we know that Whitehead is playing inspect border. Right, Keras' attack is being blocked by the Sanguine. So he's going to call upon his Eldlich of the Golden Lord.
So Keras' attack
is blocked. And the last attack will be attacked by Alpha. We know that one of the Alpha Master of Beasts has already attacked Whitehead's face down monster, so the remaining Alpha will attack the Golden Lord. In the next turn, Whitehead will then use Scarlet Sanguine to set one of the Golden Land cards and use Eldlich to return back to the hand. Okay, but then actually the Doom Eagle has a quick effect. It's able to target one monster in opponent's graveyard and shuffle it back to the deck. So effectively, it can target the Eldlich that uses the effect to come back. Would this actually spell Liu Supan's victory in this top 4? So far, all the moves that he has done is magnificent. He turned the impossible into possible. He climbed his way up against a skill drain that actually would have voiced out his defeat many turns ago. I guess it was a good half an hour of struggling, and I think Shupan has taught me a lesson. Never give up, even in the face of skill drain. There's always cards you can draw, especially if you are playing a 60-card deck.
Believe in the power of SS Code Talker.
Yes, believe in also the heart of the cards and your Desperate Doom Eagle. So, I mean, Doom Eagle now is able to remove one of the Eldlich. Preferably, he will remove the one that is activating the effect. So, after he removes the one that activates the effect, then...
Attack goes away.
Yeah.
Doom Eagle chains with its effect.
Correct. And then he can't activate the other Golden Lord's effect anymore. Even if Scarlet Sanguine activates the effect, he can only set either a Haquero or Conquistador of the Golden Land. And that is not enough to block the attack of all the big size monsters you can see on Liu Supan's field. Like you have the Doom Eagle 2004, you got Keras, you got 2 Alpha Master of Beasts at 3,000 attack each. I don't think one Conquistador or one Haquero of the Golden Land is going to cut it. Alright, and...
Say goodbye, loneliness.